What's up guys, Diddy Reviews here, thanks for joining me again. Today we're going to be looking at budget builds, and basically what we're going to do is going to be start of a mini series, and I'm going to be looking at different budget scenarios, so give different price points, and basically going to be helping you guys decide on what you should buy and build for particular budgets. Today we're going to start off with a £600 budget, so there's going to be a basic budget gaming system. All these are going to be focused on gaming, as most of my stuff on my channel is. So what we're going to do is going to take you through PC Part Picker, show you the different parts you can pick, and we're also going to discuss alternatives that you can choose and things like that throughout the videos, so you can decide if you want to spend a little bit more or a little bit less. Then there's also things you can do in order to get to those price points that you're comfortable with for your system. Like I say, starting off at £600, and we're gradually throughout the series we're going to move up and show different budgets. I'll probably do a lower budget one at some point as well, maybe using an APU, but today we're going to start off with the budget gaming system with a dedicated graphics, and we're going to see what we can do. So hopefully you will enjoy this. Hopefully it will give you a bit of information as to what to buy, what to build, and if you want to see more of this series, then please don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and also obviously leave any comments in the comment section below. It'd be nice to hear from you what you think of the build, and also if you have any recommendations that you might want to share with me or with others on what different choices you would make. Like I said, I'm going to be using PC Part Picker from this. You can buy bits from different places if you want to. You may find better offers elsewhere, but this is the easiest way for me to show you a full system build. So I hope you enjoy it guys, keep watching, and I'll wrap it up at the end. See you in a bit. Right guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to PC Part Picker just to set out our build here. So we're going to go to the system builder, and let's just clear that one, start new. So first of all, like I said, we're going to look at the £600 sort of budget range. May go a little bit over, maybe a little bit under, we'll see what comes up. But we're going to start off and we're going to choose a CPU. Now I'll mainly for this series going to be using probably Ryzen CPUs because they just seem to be the best bang for buck at the moment. So what I'm going to choose here for this one is the AMD Ryzen 5 2600, because as you can see it's a really good price at £108.97. You're getting 6 cores, 12 threads for that, and only 65 watt TDP, so it's a really good buy for the price range. Now with this, there is also the 1600 AF model that's not long been released, which is based on a 12 nanometer architecture. So it's basically a 2600 but at a cheaper price point, but unfortunately they don't have it on PC Part Picker. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick with the 2600, and then at the end we'll basically talk about the fact that you could reduce the cost a little bit more by using that. So if I just add that one in, and then what we're going to do, we're not going to pick a CPU cooler because this processor comes with one and it's actually fairly decent for what you get, and it will do plenty good enough for this CPU. And then basically what we need to do is find a decent motherboard, and what we're going to pick here is we're going to go for a reasonably priced one and see what comes up there. So one that I do know that I've heard of that's really good is this MSI B450 Tomahawk Max. We're not going to go with X470 or anything like that because this is basically a budget gaming system, so we're going to stick to a lower priced one. So if we bang that one in there, see what we come up with. We might change that later depending on the price, but we'll see. And then in terms of memory, we want to try and get as fast as possible we can, but keep the price down, probably around the £70 mark. But I can see straight away here we've got a Corsair LPX 16GB 3200, which is going to be pretty good for Ryzen. Ryzen does like faster memory, so we don't really want to probably fall under 3000. But as the prices go, I think we're going to pick that one. And then we're not going to get any additional memory, there's no point for this. And then in terms of storage, you could argue that to save money for a budget build, just go for a mechanical hard drive, but I think you might struggle there with some stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick a 240 gig SSD in there, just a 2.5 inch. We're not going to go with M.2 because that's going to cost too much. As you can see here is this Kingston A400 240 gig. I know it's not the best on the market, but for this build it's going to allow you to load into your operating system pretty quick and get into your games quicker, and also be enough room to store your operating system obviously, and any often used programs. So we'll add that one in. Now obviously that's not going to be enough to store many games, so for that we're going to stick probably a 1 terabyte mechanical hard drive in. So what we'll do is we'll come down here, we'll change the capacity up to a minimum of, we'll just put 960, and we'll click 7200 RPM, and then what we'll do is we'll arrange that by price, and we'll see what we can get for our money. Now straight away, I'm not going to go too much in depth with finding anything crazy. We've got a Seagate Barracuda here. Seagate are pretty good, 7200 RPM, so that's what you want, and a 1TB. So we're just going to go straight in with that one. Good reviews on that as well. Now for a video card, a general rule of thumb that we will follow is around about 40% of your total budget. So we're probably going to stick it around the £200 sort of mark, which should, if my calculations are right, should be about right. So what we're going to do is we're going to order it by price. I'm just going to check, I'm thinking that 1660 Super is probably going to be around our price mark, and yes it is. So we're not going to go for the best one out there, but we're not going to go for anything with a blower style fan. We're just going to go for something at the lowest price. Obviously this can be changed out if you've got a little bit more money, or if you save money elsewhere you can change this out for one that you prefer. But I'm going to go in, it's a little bit over what we wanted, £210, but I'm going to go for the Gigabyte OC because I know it's got good ratings on here, and I know Gigabyte are generally very good. I've used them quite a lot, so we're going to go for that one, the 1660 Super. Now for a case, obviously being a budget gaming system, you're not going to want to spend an absolute fortune on a case, but we're going to want an ATX mid tower at least, and then if we order that by price we're going to get loads come up here, random makes that I've not really heard of. But if we look down, we've got Bit Phoenix here, we could go for something like that, we could go a bit further down. And what I'm seeing here, I mean, I've used some of Aerocool's newer stuff and it's actually really good, so I think I'm going to stick with, yes obviously we could go cheaper, but I think I'm going to go for an Aerocool Shard because I know it comes with fans as well, so that's less money you're going to have to spend on fans and things like that, and it's only £35, and you get a bit of RGB as well, so you can even make your system look quite good, so we're going to go in for that one. Now in terms of power supply, let's just back that up again actually and go to the system builder. At the moment estimated wattage of 304 watts, so we don't need anything stupid. We're probably not going to get modular for this kind of price, but we'll go around, what we'll do is we'll alter it so the lowest is 450, and we'll see what we can get there. We'll order it by price, and then we'll see what comes up at the bottom. Now obviously one I was thinking of is this EVGA BR, which is 4355, but on doing a little bit of research, this Corsair CX 2017 model is actually going to be a better buy for us, and that's 450 watt, so we're going to go in at that. It's not modular, as I said, because of this price point you're not really going to get it, but it is 80 plus bronze, so it is pretty decent, and we're going to be happy with that. That's going to be good enough to not basically blow up. So that's basically it really. So let's just check. We've got CPU, cooler's not needed, we've already got one, motherboard, memory, storage, video card, case and power supply. So that's everything that we're going to need to put this system together and have a working computer. Let's have a quick look at see what money we're at. So we're at £644 here, so what we're probably going to do is change that out. Now bear in mind, if you can get hold of the 1600 AF AMD Ryzen, then you may be able to drop at least 20 quid off that, maybe £20 off that, maybe a little bit more, because I think you can get it for around £85. So you're going to drop a little bit off that. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at changing this motherboard out. Let's just go on there. But obviously you can see it's 644. If you've got that to spend, you can go push it a little bit over, then you're going to be quids in with that one. So what we're going to look for instead, we don't want a micro ATX or a mini ATX. We're just going to go, or the other way around. So we're going to go for ATX and we're going to see what we can get. Let's go for B450 because I think that's going to be our best bet, and let's price range that. And straight away, ASRock at the top, B450 Pro 4. It's going to be a decent board. Obviously not full 5 stars rating, but for this kind of budget, you can't really be afford to be too picky with these things. It's not going to have any bells and whistles. It's going to be a very basic board, but again, for a £600 budget PC, this is going to be a great buy. So if we add that on instead, no compatibility issues at all there, still 304 watts, so we're still within what we need, and we're down at £616. So again, like I say, you're still a little bit over, but for the extra £16 you're still getting a decent amount of power, decent graphics card, decent processor. Like I say, you could potentially afford to drop this CPU down if you really wanted to. We're going to stick with it and just say basically the budget is £616 for this one. But if you shop around, you may find better deals. PC Part Picker is very good for finding deals, but it's not the best. You can still go to other places and find it cheaper. Maybe if you got everything off Amazon, you might be able to get it for around the same price, and it might be easier. But like I say, you can get the 1600 for around £85, so you could easily drop this below the £600 mark, or you could go for something like a 3200G. And save a bit more money as well. So there is that there. But anyway, I hope this has helped you guys pick a system to build for your budget. We're going to have more of these coming, so make sure you keep tuned and subscribe, and I'll see you up top. So there we have, guys, the £600 budget gaming PC. As you can see from the video, it did go a little bit over, well, quite a bit over to start with, and then we brought it back down by changing the motherboard. But that's something you have to tinker with when you're doing these kinds of things. You have to put in what you're kind of looking for, see what price it comes out at, and then make alterations to decide what final budget you're going to be looking at. This one came out around £616, as you could see from the video. Like I said in the description, you could go for the slightly cheaper CPU, so you could go down to the 1600 AF, depending on where you can find that. Some places it's hard to get hold of, some places don't have it. PC Part Picker doesn't have it on their system, so that's why it's not in this video, but as I discussed that. You could also then, as discussed before, go for something like a 3200G APU if you wanted to, and you still get a decent performance because you've still got the dedicated graphics there. Obviously, with the graphics card, I picked one that I thought was a decent buy, and not much. It wasn't the cheapest, but it wasn't the most expensive by far. So you could potentially reduce that down if you want to go for a cheaper GPU. So it's up to you basically on what you want to choose. If you want to spend a little bit more, want to spend a little bit less, then there is options out there, as I discussed in the clip. So like I say, guys, I hope this really helps you out, gives you some idea of what kind of system you can build for your money. Like I said, we'll be doing more videos of these. We will be going up in budget, and we're going to eventually get to £2,000 plus budgets and see literally what you can do when money's not an object. We'll get there eventually. So like I say, stick around, guys. Please subscribe, please click that bell icon so you get notifications when my videos go up. Like I say, I hope you enjoyed it, and stick with me. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.